The Resilience Across Borders podcast is intended for education, support, and inspiration. I am not a psychologist or a medical doctor and do not offer any professional, medical, or health advice. If you are dealing with or suffering from any psychological or medical conditions, please seek help from a qualified health professional. Hello and welcome back to Resilience Across Borders podcast. I'm your host, Rashid Zahidi, and also author of the Emojim Journal, which helps you get focused on your priorities and institute better habits. In today's episode, we will dig into the attention economy versus your mental health, reclaiming focus in a distracted world. So every notification has a goal, and it's to get your attention, and it's usually not your well-being. So have you ever picked up your phone just to say check the weather and then found yourself 20 minutes later, or even worse, an hour later or more, you're scrolling through videos, you're reading comments, and then you're wondering where the time went. You're not lazy, you're not lacking discipline, you are just dealing with the attention economy and you're living in the attention economy. So it's a whole system designed to grab your attention. In today's digital world, your attention has become one of the most valuable commodities on the planet. Social media platforms, streaming services, news outlets, advertisers, and app developers, everybody competes relentlessly for one thing: your focus and your attention. The longer they keep your eyes on a screen, the more money they make. So while technology has brought incredible inconvenience and connection, it has also created a new challenge for mental health, and that is chronic distraction. Okay, the good news, you don't need to abandon technology to protect your well-being. You simply need to become more intentional about where your attention goes. So now let's talk just a little bit about how apps compete for our attention. Most modern apps are designed using behavioral psychology principles that encourage repeated engagement. Features such as notifications, likes, comments, endless scrolling, personalized recommendations, and autoplay videos are not accidental. They are carefully engineered to keep you coming back. So think about how many times you've received a notification that wasn't truly urgent. Each alert creates a small interruption that pulls your brain away from whatever it was doing. Over time, these interruptions fragment attention. They increase stress and reduce mental clarity. So what's the result? More mental fatigue, lower productivity, increased anxiety, reduced ability to focus deeply, less satisfaction in daily life. So the challenge isn't technology itself. The challenge is using technology without allowing it to use us. So why does attention matter more than ever? Attention is more than concentration. Attention is the gateway to your experiences, relationships, goals, and emotional well-being. What you repeatedly focus on shapes your thoughts, and then your thoughts influence your emotions. Your emotions influence your behaviors. Your behaviors ultimately create your life and dictate the quality of your life. So if your attention is constantly hijacked by distractions, it becomes difficult to stay connected to what truly matters and what truly matters to you. So protecting your attention is no longer simply a productivity strategy or hack. It has become a mental health strategy. It has become a mental health necessity. So strategy number one we need to focus on is audit your attention. Before changing habits, understand where your attention is currently going. Most people underestimate how often they check their phones or switch tasks throughout the day. So a practical example is for one day, keep a simple note every time you pick up your phone. You may discover that what feels like a few checks is actually 50 to 100 interruptions throughout the day. So a practical example, you can even use your smartphone's screen time report to identify your top 3 most used apps. So ask yourself, then after you see that, did these apps improve my life as much as the amount of time I spent using them? Awareness often becomes the first catalyst for change. So was that time better maybe spent off doing breathing exercises or working out or unplugging or journaling or doing something else that actually will recharge you? Strategy number 2, turn off non-essential notifications. Every app you go in there, everything, like they all want you to like be able to pull your strings at any time they want. So you have to go out of your way and turn off these non-essential notifications. Every notification competes with your current priorities. It pulls you away. Most alerts do not require immediate attention. Keep notifications enabled, say, for important calls, for text messages from important people, and essential work communications. But then disable notifications for shopping apps, social media, news alerts, and games. And you can schedule specific times to check social media rather than responding every time your phone buzzes, which of course then gets you used to that, gets you addicted to that, and then you are waiting for the next notification or for the next buzzing thing that says, oh, someone liked something or a new video and so on and so forth, which is endless. Many people report feeling calmer within days of reducing notifications. Strategy number 3, create attention zones. Your environment influences your focus more than willpower alone. So design spaces that support focus and concentration. So for instance, when working on an important project, place your phone in another room rather than beside your computer. Research consistently shows that simply seeing a phone can reduce available cognitive resources. You can create a device-free zone at the dinner table where family members engage in an interrupted conversation, where they give each other the presents, where they give each other the gift of their eyes, looking at each other instead of being focused on the screens. These moments strengthen relationships and reduce the habit of constant checking. Strategy number 4, practice single tasking. Modern culture celebrates multitasking, but the brain doesn't truly multitask well. All it is typically is quickly switching from one thing to another, and what all that does is lose momentum. Anytime you switch from one thing to another, it takes you a while to get back into that specific task. Okay, where was I? What was I doing? And then to get resituated. So instead, it rapidly switching between tasks consumes mental energy each time. So for instance, if you're writing an email, focus solely on the email for 10 minutes or whatever time you need instead of simultaneously checking messages, social media, and news feeds. That is just a recipe for mental exhaustion. For instance, when talking with a friend, put your phone face down and give them your full attention. People often feel more connected after a 10-minute focused conversation than after an hour of distracted interaction where no one is really focused on anyone. So, strategy number 5, schedule digital detox, call them Sabbaths, whatever you want to call them. Just as the body benefits from rest, the mind benefits from breaks, from constant stimulation. A digital Sabbath doesn't require disappearing for a week. Even for a few hours can help reset your attention. It's a great detox physically and mentally. So you can choose at least one evening each week to disconnect from social media and streaming platforms. Start where you can. It can be a half day. It can be an evening. It can be an afternoon. Spend the time reading, walking, journaling, or engaging in a healthy hobby. So you can reserve the first hour after waking up as a phone-free period. This is fantastic. This is very amazing and peaceful for our brains. Instead of immediately consuming information, begin the day with intention. Many people notice reduced anxiety and improved focus within a few weeks of doing this. Strategy number 6, curate what you consume. Not all digital content affects your mind equally. Some content informs, some content inspires, some content educates. Other content increases comparison, increases outrage, and simply increases stress. So, do this as a regular practice and follow accounts that consistently leave you feeling inadequate or feeling you angry or feeling you emotionally drained. And then you can replace 10 minutes of doom scrolling with a podcast episode, educational content, or a guided meditation or a guided breathing session. Small changes in consumption can create significant changes in mindset over time. Be very careful with the inputs, what you consume, what you put into your mind. Stand guard at the gate of your mind and your brain. Strategy number 7, reclaim boredom. One of the unintended consequences of smartphones is that we've eliminated many moments of just simply being or even being bored, just moments of boredom. Yet, boredom often serves as the birthplace of creativity, birthplace of reflection, and problem solving. So, say for instance, while waiting in line, resist the urge to immediately reach for your phone. Observe your surroundings, or simply let your mind wander, or just have fun looking at how many people have their heads down looking at their whatever, their devices. So just you could probably see that and realize, looking from the outside, just see how pervasive this has become. A lot of people, even in just like instead of having conversations, heads down on devices. And I see this a lot of times too, even couples, unfortunately, people sitting across from each other, and then inadvertently or eventually, they're all sucked into their devices. Take a walk without music. You can even take a walk without podcasts or phone calls. Just look at nature, look at the trees, look at the birds, look at what's around you, look at the river, look at the water, look at the ocean. Whatever setting, nature scenes you are in, even traffic. Many people discover their best ideas emerge during these quiet moments. Strategy number 8, protect your morning and your evening. It's very important how you start your day and how you end your day. So the first and last moments of the day have a powerful influence on mental well-being. Starting and ending the day with endless digital stimulation can leave the nervous system feeling overwhelmed. So spend the first 15 minutes of the morning journaling, stretching, or planning your day before checking your phone. Practice gratitude, breathing techniques, things that set you up for a nice start to the day. And then you can replace nighttime scrolling with, say, reading or gratitude journaling or calming mindfulness exercise. This simple shift often improves sleep quality and emotional regulation. So every day, countless companies compete for your attention. But your attention is more than a resource. It is your time. It is your energy. It is your relationships. It is your future. The attention economy will continue growing and distractions will likely become more sophisticated. Yet, resilience isn't about avoiding every distraction. It's about intentionally choosing where your focus goes. Because ultimately, the quality of your attention shapes the quality of your life. In a world constantly trying to capture your focus, one of the most powerful acts of resilience is deciding what deserves it. Decide what deserves your focus. As always, thank you for tuning into the Resilience Across Borders podcast. If you're enjoying this podcast and finding it helpful, please pick up a copy of the companion journal, follow the blog at resilience.com. Please rate it, follow, and so that you can see future episodes. Remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others and stay resilient.